and I'm kind of interested in day trading.
In 2020, I actually signed up for over 15 bogus small business loans.
2, 1, boom!
So today we're back at it looking at bad financial TikTok advice. A classic. Of course, we have a whole bunch of stuff to go through because it is so easy to find so many clips online that are just absurd. So we got some videos along with your comments from the last video. So if you want to be featured in a future video, leave your comments down below. But we're going to start off with one of you patiently waiting for you to cover the Chase Bank money glitch. So instead of just making a dedicated video, because I'm pretty late to the party, I would assume that everybody who's watching my video has seen several people go over it. So we're just gonna lump it into the first example of many in this video. But if you didn't know, people were making fake checks, cashing it at Chase Bank, and then withdrawing that money thinking it was free money, an infinite money glitch. They couldn't just do that. They also had to make videos online that went viral to get attention on top of the fraud that they were committing. So it was just a cut and dry case of everybody breaking the law. Now, I know some of you would think that this doesn't really fall under the financial advice portion. However, there were also several videos showing these people before they ended up getting caught, telling their girlfriends to open up Chase Bank accounts, calling their family members. Honestly, anybody who would listen to just open up a Chase Bank account, look at all the money that I have, it's free money, and you could do the exact same thing and there would be no consequences. So there were people out there that just didn't have the financial knowledge and just believed somebody that they knew because they had a whole bunch of cash in their hands, and then that turned into them committing crimes as well. So probably not the best financial advice to take from a family member or friend, because now I don't even know what's going to happen. There are tons of different numbers being thrown around. I've seen apparently millions of people have done this to Chase Bank, so I can't imagine how brutal this is going to be in some sort of court trying to get the money back. It is just a complete mess. But we have another comment from one of you guys. The infinite money glitch should be called How to Spot an Idiot in 35 Seconds. And it makes it even easier to spot when you make a TikTok about it, showing your face and the amount of money you stole. But we'll move on from that and we'll go into some other just bad financial advice. We have somebody who is another meme stock holder.
Good morning, everybody. I took up a little bit of a new hobby and I'm kind of interested in day trading. So last week I bought some stock in AMC. I bought it at about $15 a share. I've been waiting for the dip, and this morning we're down to $11.51, so I snatched up some more. Over the weekend, theaters opened in California, and they have been selling out all show times. People on YouTube are saying that this could be the next GameStop, and they're predicting that shares could go for $2,000 a share. Some people say $1,000. Either way, I am ready to hold and take it to the moon.
I think this is the perfect example for somebody who just watches surface level financial YouTubers or just entertainment YouTubers, because that's exactly what she said. Somebody on YouTube said that this is the next GameStop. This is going to go to $1,000 or $2,000, even though I think GameStop was around $450 at the height, I believe. So we're going to almost 5x that one on AMC. I'll take a look at AMC right now. Well, at the time of this recording, it is now $4.98, which actually went up 5%, an extra 25 cents. So yesterday it was $4.75. So I get it. It's super volatile. It's not like it's a steady incline or decline. It's a short squeeze that skyrockets the price, but didn't look like she had too much knowledge about the stock or anything about short squeezes at all. Just saw a YouTube video about it and decided to buy at $15, and right now it's under 5. That's a nice 66% loss. We have another comment from one of you guys. Getting financial advice from TikTok is like getting diet tips from a fast food menu. Entertaining, but not always the healthiest choice. And I 100% agree with that, including myself. Clearly, I'm not some financial advisor, and any sort of somewhat advice I'd tell you is the boring stuff that you'd hear from every other financial YouTuber. That's the safest route. ETFs, high yield savings accounts, CDs, Roth IRAs, nothing crazy. None of the speculative stuff and the crazy altcoin and meme stocks. It's just a recipe to lose a whole ton of money being convinced by somebody on YouTube or any social media platform to get a whole bunch of views, because it's a lot cooler to say that, you know, you're going to be able to 100x your money instead of a very slow growth rate of like 4% if you have a high yield savings account right now, or the 8% average return on the stock market. But even that kind of advice, please do your own research. Don't think anybody's word on YouTube about finance advice is 100% law, no matter how trustworthy they are. And I'm not saying that everybody's lying. It's just, please do your own research. Don't pay attention to just random YouTube videos or TikToks and then do exactly what they say because they seem believable. And on that note, we have another day trader, a classic.
Your daily friendly reminder that if you take $100, put it into a broker account, build that account 2% daily for 260 days, because we do not trade on weekends or holidays, you can have a little over $17,000. Now wait, don't stop there. You're going to leave that amount in there, specifically $17,564.87. And you're going to keep building that 2% daily for another 260 days. And guess what? You will have a little over $3 million in 2 years. But that's just a friendly reminder.
Just a friendly reminder that, again, the solid return that most people strive to get is about an 8% return per year on the stock market. But this person says that you, just a daily reminder, by the way, just get 2% return every single day for over 500 days. And then you could have millions of dollars. Wouldn't you think that if that worked, any of these crazy level hedge funds that control billions and billions of dollars for all the wealthiest people on the planet wouldn't be taking advantage of that? But no, this random person in this video is smarter than all of them. I bet she gets 2% returns every single day. There's never a red day in sight. These are also the type of people that would sell you a course because they could be convincing enough to take money from you, and then that's how they actually get rich. Here, we're going back to the military boot camp for car sales.
You got a kid? Okay, and how many cars do you average a month? Not how many do you want to sell, how many do you average?
Around 20.
Okay, watch this. What's your name?
David.
David, what if someone kidnapped your son David and they told him they were going to kill him unless you sold 40 cars a month? How many would you sell? Yeah. Why somebody got to kidnap your kid to sell 40? Why do things have to get bad before you guys really get pissed off and max out?
Now, I get what this is. This is the pseudo Wolf of Wall Street mentality finance, bro, where it becomes like the military and it's a go, 100% be motivational. I get you can make a lot of money, especially the more cars you sell, more commission, of course. Does it really have to be that extreme? That's why so many people have been making fun of this guy, because he has carved a niche out for a lot of people, but just overall, it is pretty ridiculous. And it's not like he's doing any of these talks for free. And he's probably making a whole ton of money to make these types of extreme examples in these talks. But we got another comment from one of you guys. If they say masterclass or generational wealth, it's a scam. Again, another one of the common tactics by the course or masterclass type of influencers you see all over social media. Now, we have another one that is a little bit longer, but is a crazy story. I guess this is legal, but again, seems extremely dangerous.
This is the sketchiest thing I'm doing to make extra money. I've started selling trade lines on my credit cards. I'm using this site. This isn't sponsored. I just want to point out that they're like legit. And so essentially what this is, if a person has bad credit, but they know that they need to get a mortgage or a car loan or something, they pay money to this website. This website matches them up with me based on what they're looking for. And I add them as an authorized user to my credit card for a set amount of time. They don't physically get any sort of card. They don't get my name. They don't have my information. I have all of their information, but the thing is, because they're an authorized user, they get my credit history, and that raises their credit score. They get a better interest rate on whatever loan they're trying to get. And I would not be doing this if I didn't know multiple people in person who had also done this and like said it was legit, because it seems so sketchy. I gave this website my banking information so that they can direct deposit me money. And the amount you get paid depends on your credit limit, the length the card has been open, various things. And so the ones I have ranges from $40 to $80, which might not sound like much, but if I get $40 and it took me 5 minutes to add an authorized user on my credit card, that's worth it for me.
All right, so I guess this is legal. I don't. $40 to $80 on that does not seem worth it at all for putting your own banking information on a website. But let's go back. This woman has good credit, right? Has never missed a payment and solid amount of credit line, all of that. But then wouldn't it be a red flag for her banking company or her credit card company to see that she is constantly adding and removing authorized users that are completely random names? They're not like family members or anything like that. And then if those same credit card companies could take a look at those authorized users, through their names and realize that all of these people have terrible credits, most likely from defaults, not paying car payments, bankruptcy, maybe even like all of the things to get bad credit. And this woman is constantly adding and removing people like that. Wouldn't that start giving her some problems? It does not seem worth it to me for $40 or $80 at a time, even with her, 5-minute excuse. It's really easy to just add and remove. It just seems like a very, very dangerous game. Now we're going back to the course guy, the motivational guy, and it's just, you gotta love these. These are really good entertainment.
I spent the last $7,500 I had in my bank account to hire one of my first mentors. And that literally left me with no cash, so I got a tattoo of a boat burning on fire right after I made that investment. This was to signify that I was burning the ships and there was no way back. After I bought the course, I spent the next 14 days doing 12 to 14 hours per day of studying the course and taking action so that I could grow my business. 2 weeks after I spent every dollar I had in my bank to hire the mentor, I made my first $5,000 sale. Then I went out and I got a phoenix tattoo emerging from the ashes of the flame to signify the fact that once I burned the ships, I was able to emerge as a new beast. Take this video as a sign that it's time to start going all in.
I know the phrase cringe has become cringe because so many people say it, but like, good God, man. First, it's not really a mentor if you have to pay them for their course. That's just a salesman that got you. Second, if he spent every single penny on that course from his mentor, how was he able to immediately buy a tattoo? That's so cringe, the whole thing with the boat and the phoenix. Jesus, man. But of course, it's a magical success story. He instantly got a $5,000 sale. And then because that's my story, you should buy my course now. And now I could start making a whole bunch of money from you guys. It's just different variations of the same exact outcome every time. And we have a comment from one of you guys. I remember when Ty Lopez was peddling his e-commerce course for $1,000 to people who barely knew how to use the internet. Now, I know that wasn't the very start of all courses, but that seems to be like the first one that everybody on social media was like, what? This is so weird. Because it was the meme of like, I'm in my garage, and he had like a Lamborghini and all of that. That was kind of the beginning of a lot of people taking notice to like, look at all these people who sell courses and they actually make money off of a $1,000 course per person instead of being good enough at what they're trying to teach you. Because if you were legitimately that good, there's no reason to charge somebody $1,000 each. You could actually just do whatever niche you're supposed to be the master or the guru in full time and make a unbelievable amount of money. Now here we have a video that is satire, but definitely happened during COVID, no doubt.
In 2020, I actually signed up for over 15 bogus small business loans. And since I'm already going to jail, it's time to tell my side of the story. Now this scam started out like any other good scam. An error from the government, an opportunity for me. There was a form that you could fill out online and it would ask you 3 questions. It would ask you, do you own a small business? You would check yes. Then it would ask you if you want $10,000. You check yes. And then it would say, do you promise you own a small business? And then you check yes again and boom, 10,000 bucks. Now this process was like taking candy from a baby. So once I got the 10,000, I did the right thing and I told everyone I knew about. Now at first people were skeptical. They said, Drake, what do you mean you just answered 3 questions and then $10,000 appears in your account? But I assured them it was legit. So next thing you know, I was signing everybody up. I was taking their information, signing up for this loan, and then I was giving them 50 out of the $10,000. And until things went wrong, like really, really, really wrong, everybody was happy. And to be honest, no problems really occurred until they realized that, hey, maybe this this Drake guy isn't a trapdoor salesman. Now, in my defense and everyone else's defense who had taken this opportunity, what else were we supposed to do? Big Brother had came down, locked us down, and told us we couldn't make any money. We were just doing what we had to do. I'm just glad I got to come on here and tell my side of the story. It's been real, and I will see you in 3 to 6 years.
Now, what I think is very interesting is the similarities to this and what we've seen in the past couple weeks with the Chase Bank infinite money glitch. People thought it was just as easy as saying yes a couple times and getting a free $10,000 or $30,000, and they didn't even stop there. Then they told their friends and family members and got them all into this issue as well. I mean, it's just cycles, it seems like. Maybe we saw some TikToks about committing fraud with the PPP loans back in 2020. Maybe we didn't, but now it's just beginning to accelerate because we saw the Chase Bank stuff as it was happening online. They didn't even try to hide it. They had to get those likes on TikTok. Here we got another one, a different type of course seller, but one that is all too common, especially in the past year or so with the explosion in gambling.
I was offered $40,000 by my family to go to high school my senior year. But I said, no, I'm going to bet on sports instead and start my journey. About 3-4 years ago, I had moved to Florida and I had to decide, am I going to go to high school and finish off, or am I going to stop doing that and am I going to start working, becoming an entrepreneur, following what my brother was doing, betting on sports? And I decided I'm going to do what I think is best, which is to start betting on sports, start learning as much as I possibly can, and start going down the entrepreneurial route. So about 3 to 4 years ago, I made a decision to, instead of going here, go straight to the lab, head to the office. I got a membership at this local office, co-work, started working every single day to find CLV-driven bets. And a couple years later now, I think I made the right decision, because I could have gotten a $40,000 car by a family member for going to school, finishing off. It was a BMW 340i. But I decided I'm going to put in the work. I believe that I can do it. I believe if I put in the hard work, I can achieve much more. And that's exactly what I've done. This is just the beginning.
I like how there's always a blueprint for this kind of course seller. They always have a fancy watch. They always have the same type of story like that, where they're not going to school anymore. They're going to drop out of school, or they're going to quit their job. And then of course they show that they have a really expensive sports car or supercar to prove that they have a whole ton of money. And this particular one is just from sports betting. Now, if he was somehow so good at sports betting enough to make all of this money and show it to you guys, especially in the gambling world, those accounts get throttled. I've actually seen videos with legitimate people who are sharps. They don't show their face at all because they get banned from all of these casinos and all of these betting sites, so they have to mask their identity. And when I say sharps, and they are legitimately making money off of sports bets, they are marginal. It is a very small percentage. It's not like they're winning 80% of the time and crazy numbers like that. But these people want you to believe that because some people are so into gambling, and I guess not good enough at it, where they just always lose, that there are a lot of people who will just sell others their picks for sporting events. Who's going to win the over-under, any other type of betting you could do for sports? Spencer Cornelia has gone over several different people in depth about this, and it just seems like another cookie cutter one. It's not really that much of a difference. There are also videos going in depth of people buying their courses or their picks and realizing that if you actually chose every one of them that they were going to choose, you would lose more money than win. So it's just a complete loss overall. So this next one, real quick, we're just going to have to talk over it because unfortunately it had copyrighted music on it, even though she was talking over it again. Like, wouldn't you not have it? Whatever, okay? This is just another woman trying to convince you. She's a mom and she homeschools all of her girls, and because of that, she wants them to have freedom and be able to do whatever they want, just like everybody else does who works a 9-to-5 job that they hate. But she's already showing her girls how to make money off of the stock market from their phone, even though these girls are like 10. They're not even close to being an actual adult. And magically, she's so good at teaching and knows what she's doing that these children could somehow make a whole bunch of passive income just from their phones. And then again, all of that funneling down to another course that you gotta buy. It's just the same cycle over and over again in different niches and different ways to try to convince you. We got another one of the motivational guys just Love it.
Mention to me 5 people in your life right now that you give them a phone call and be like, yo, drop me a $250,000 wire. You need those people, right? Because your net worth isn't calculated by the money that you have, but by the access that you have to money. You could be poor, but be in a federal position where you can print $100 billion and put it into any industry where you have prior investments. It's all about position.
It's always like the same thing where it is technically true. Same argument. Your net worth is your network. That phrase over and over again in different contexts and different sentences. But I highly doubt if you somehow need a $250,000 wired instantly, if you have people who would legitimately be able to do that for you, you probably wouldn't get on the phone and be like, yo, could you wire me a $250,000? Highly doubt that's how you would speak to somebody. But it's always this kind of person who's even younger than me. I would say probably the 23, 24 age, when they're a little bit older than the 18-year-old college kids. And those are the type of people that they prey upon because they're just getting out into the world and they realize that they need to start making money and things are actually a lot harder than just being in high school. So he could be the older hip guy and say all of the stuff that kind of makes sense, and then again surprise them with a course ad or some sort of marketing and sales cycle. Just continues over and over again. But at least in this next clip we have somebody who finally gets called out. That's pretty nice.
Okay, yeah.
So my boy get mine on.
Do you really?
You want to see it?
Yeah. What platform you use?
MetaTrader.
You can't use MetaTrader no more.
Yeah, you can. You talk about for futures. You see, she don't even know.
No, you can't
futures.
use it in the U.S. no more.
Yes, you can. I trade on it. I have a live account.
You got a funded account? Yeah, you got a funded account. So that's not your money though.
What you mean?
The account is funded.
It is funded.
Go to your history.
I lost a band right now.
Profit negative 1,600.
We it's a bad week, but we still up. We still up. We still up from 10K to 46.
You knew how to do it.
I do. You gotta take L's to learn.
I love it when it goes from being super confident and saying that you have a whole bunch of money to at the end going, you need to take L's to learn, as they actually get called out for losing money instead of being the greatest trader of all time. Of course, man. At least somebody gets called out.
I'm getting ready to hop on a training and teach women how to turn $100 into $1 million in the next year and a half. Keep watching if you want to learn how to do it too. Okay, first you're going to utilize my specific system for growing a $100 account through day trading.
We're done. We're done with that. We're like less than a quarter of the way through the whole video, but you could just stop it right there. Co-owner of Forex for women, so preying upon women, doing the whole thing that we've seen previously before with scams where people would sell to a specific gender or race just because of the culture or the relatability between them. And it was just another way to convince people to take their money. And the same thing, turning $100 into $1 million in 18 months. I highly doubt it's actually from her day trading skills. And it is 100% a course because she just said at the very first sentence, I'm about to hop on to a training to teach these people to somehow, 1,000x their money in 18 months. It's like, doesn't this get tiring? Here we could have one that I think it has to be illegal, right? Or just it's clearly immoral, but there's got to be some sort of rule against this. It's just very dark.
Unethical ways to make money, part 99. First, you're going to go into Google and look up retirement homes for dementia patients in your area. From there, you'll be able to find communities of dementia patients. Once you find one you like, you'll apply to work at that facility as a caretaker. Once you get the job, you'll go about doing your normal things, bringing them food, putting on a movie for them. But every single day after you finish your work, you're going to do this one thing. You're going to create an AI-generated video of you and that old person doing some wholesome things together, like blowing out birthday cakes, going fishing together, and even mourning together at your grandmother's funeral. The idea of this is to get these dementia patients to think that you are their grandchild. And if you show this patient these AI-generated videos day after day after day, then one day they might add you to their will. And when they pass away, you'll inherit all of their assets. Repeat this over and over again with every single resident at this retirement home, and eventually you'll be raking in over $1 million per month. Work smarter, not harder.
I know that this is most likely satire and for entertainment, but it's just so, what am I supposed to say about this? It's, oh man, More and more, I'm believing that social media has been a mistake. This one's probably one of the best ones, though. When the actual Wolf of Wall Street can't get on board with what you're saying, you have probably taken it too far.
Hey, I'm coming to San Antonio, man. Will you give me 5 minutes? This is before anybody knew who I was, right? No books, no kind of notoriety. So they're like, no, don't come by. But see, that was interest. To me, that's interest. No, I'm not interested. Not interested.
So not interested to you is interest.
Well, it is. It says not interested. Not is an adjective to describe interest.
Okay.
Right? So it's a level of interest.
So if someone says they're not interested,
on a scale from 0 to 10, what interest level do you have? None. That is a level.
Right.
Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You with me? A few minutes ago, he didn't know he had no interest. At least I'm on it. You see what I'm saying? You get it?
Well, I wouldn't do that. I disagree with that. But I'm not saying reasonable minds could differ.
When Jordan Belford's like, nah, I wouldn't do that. You're just in a place that is just too far. You went too far into the deep, into the void, because when you have Jordan Belford speechless at what you're trying to say, you just got to stop. That's got to be the end of it, and you just move on. But I mean, it is Grant Cardone. You could probably just make video after video of his clips from various podcasts, any of his public speaking. He just says crazy stuff, man. We have another comment from one of you guys. When has rich people ever given out their source of income to help the entire world get rich too? Never. Only scammers do this, and that's the same thing for any of the day trading classes. If you are really that good at day trading or sales or marketing, any of those niches, if you really had that kind of knowledge, you could just use your own money to multiply it exponentially. You don't need hundreds of dollars per person to teach them how to do it, or thousands of dollars. You could just do it on your own. And the last clip we have here is somebody who has done just that in live time, completely destroying people's financials right before their eyes.
हमने राउंड का ट्रेड प्लेस कर लिया 4 3 2 1 boom
The entire rest of the video is him pacing back and forth in dead silence for like 20-30 seconds. He was clearly in a room where he was supposed to be some sort of guru or the speaker. The stock was supposed to absolutely tank, and it skyrocketed. It actually did go to the moon. It is the AMC and GME holders. He did the exact opposite thing and lost a ton of money for people. I think these videos are a great source of entertainment, or at least if you don't have too much financial knowledge, what to watch out for when you're scrolling online now. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.